So I recently listened back to your first ever episode in preparation for this, when you were 18 with Guy Kawasaki, the guy from Apple, and I think Canva and a few other projects he's been involved in. Most 18-year-olds, Harry, I don't know if you know this, but they're not like emailing multi-millionaires and trying to get them on a podcast they're starting. So how did you get the confidence at 18 to like build something which is obviously turned into what it is today, but then, cold intro email people like that and ask them to be a guest on your show?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is like actually no one is like better than anyone else, and everyone is like themselves. But everyone has a right to email anyone. And I think it's one of the most incredible things about the internet, which is you can email the CEO of Twitter and ask him for a coffee meeting. He will probably not reply, or he may reply if you make it good enough. I remember emailing, multi-billion-dollar founders for a coffee, and I'd say, I'm outside your office. I've got your favorite coffee. I saw it from your tweets. Can I borrow 5 minutes? And they would come down and we would have a 5-minute meeting. And so I honestly just felt, not in an arrogant way, but like everyone has a right to try to meet anyone. I think the big problem is that people aren't very good at cold emails and people don't put the work in. I think the other thing I would say is like visions are very dangerous. We're always told about the importance of a vision. If I had a vision, I would have stopped when I became an associate at a venture fund.
Sure.
Well, that can limit actually your ability. Don't often be so guarded by a vision, because you are so much more capable than you think, and only you can tell yourself you're not good enough. And so don't put an artificial ceiling on your own potential, I think.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. A lot of people perhaps will watch a podcast and they'll think about starting one, but they won't actually go there and make the first episode. They'll think about having these big guests on, but they'll never actually do the email introduction. And, they're scared of getting a no, or just getting a non-response, right? But enough of those messages with enough consistency and enough quality, going back to what you're saying about making sure the cold email is strong, then that will land you some results. Even if those numbers are small, you only need a couple of people to say yes for you to it become easier to get the next one, if that makes sense.
You need to face rejection every single day. Every single day, you need to choose suffering. So when suffering chooses you, you are ready. And actually, cold emails are a good way to consistently get slapped in the face with silence.
Yeah.
And actually, it's important for you. I don't have children, but I would say it's character building. And so I think that's really important. And you will face really, really hard shit times. I've faced it with the shows. And actually, it's how you respond to those hardship times which determines it. I think the big problem people make with content as well is they face hardship times and no one listens,
Mm.
and they just stop. This is a game of who can survive the longest. I've been doing this for 8 years, Alfie. I've done 3,000 shows. Like, one ability compounds. I was shit when I first started. You heard that show. I was
Oh yeah,
terrible.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was. Yeah, you're agreeing. Exactly. I was bad. But ability compounds, and actually, it's often just a game of who's there when the lights go out at the end of the day.